Well, I'm back. Ghetto media is what they call it. But yep, I'm back. Want to speak on real quick about like who's behind your taxes. Like they got mad at me because they said, yeah, you sold out and you said you were going to be working with them, and they still, people don't understand what you're talking about on a business level. A lot of people don't, because I try to reach grassroots people. I'm not just trying to reach your rich people. I'm really not trying to reach them. Actually, they'll find you if you're doing real work. You don't have to worry about that. And when you do start to pay taxes, you're always paying a person. I've always taught you this in sovereignty. Like it's always a person that you see when you're in the midst of paying someone. In taxes and even in other ways of paying bills. Like you say, well, I'm paying Visa. I got to pay my Visa bill, my credit card bill with First National Bank or something. Say you have I'm just making up a name. I don't even know if that's a bank. But say you have a credit account with some bank called First National Bank, and you got to pay that every month or your mortgage or something. You're still paying someone. Someone owns a set of mortgage. There's very rich people out here, and you're still working with someone. A person you can't see them. To you, it's just a set of operators. Like you pay your Verizon Wireless bill. Someone owns several wireless shares. And not only just the shares aspect, but even getting into the digital aspect as far as the phones and the technology. There are people, investors, that own that. So I'm going to use an example of what happened to us. We were finally able to find out who these people actually are. And you start talking about who you, like the IRS saying that you owe this money to them and this and that, and the reason why I got to raise all of this money every day to keep the overhead paid off so that I can continue to make videos and help my community. And it's costing me money, and it's got to a point where it put me in debt. So that's why I always ask for money to continue to keep revenue coming in, just like Wikipedia and other websites out there ask for money, and that's their means of income. That's how it is for me. However, when I get it, the difference with me is a lot of companies, they're 501c3s and stuff like that. So, and different other scheduled 501, different levels of 501, which goes into, there's different ones, like 501c, I think there's a 501c8 or something like that dealing with governmental organizations. But the bottom line is that they're different scheduled corporations, non-profit, and when you make a donation to them, it's tax deductible usually, whereas when you make a donation with us, it's bonded and it automatically is invested into units and sports that you could research based on your donation. You have to be a sound donor. And this video is not about making a donation, but I have to talk about that. You have to be a sound donor, of course, to understand it, but essentially you're getting, your donation is supposed to draw a credit in your area. Whether it's negative credit or positive credit, it's a credit report, essentially based upon where you're living at. Because you may donate and lose money, but that's just showing you may not have lost money. Anytime someone loses money in business, somebody's making money. So you just have to figure out how to get on the opposite end of the spectrum. When you start talking about the tax thing is what I really want to focus on. You're usually dealing with very rich people. And come to find out, a lot of who I'm dealing with directly right now is Elon Musk. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there, and come to find out that these people that were contacting me, whether they knew it or not, they were working for Elon Musk. And luckily, I was able to do enough research to be able to have the power to figure out who I'm even working with, or who, because really it's like, when you're saying you're partnering with them, in a way, it's like you're versing them, is what I call it, in this type of arena. Because at the same time, they're going to be betting against you. It's not like they're betting for you, so I have to help you to understand that too. So it's no selling out in this game, and it's just like any other game. People win, lose, get mad. Violence occurs. They report it and make up stories and try to act like, these rich people try to act like they're not violent, but they are, and they make it into other stories, softer stories, to try to act like they're not doing certain stuff that gangsters do and they're doing and people in the hood do. It's the same stuff or whatever. So essentially, that's who we're working with. I'm not going to be too long-winded here. With right now. And I'm actually now to a point where I'm researching this person because I don't know much about him. And I know he's the PayPal guy. from what I just heard from a family member of mine, but I don't know too much about him. But I'm going to be researching him today. Any interesting facts that I find out, I'll help you to understand a lot of what's going on his channel, probably in the end. Because I know he's tied into the space stuff from what I've heard, too, from a family member. Like I said, I don't know much about him. However, that's what we're going to be getting into today, is in helping you to understand, too, like, who are you really working? Like, who's really, like, when you say you want to get this money back off your Social Security and, you know, and become a sovereign and all of this, but it's like, who are you really going to be facing? Are you ready for that? And that's why some people just decide, like, I want to stay in the regular matrix, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go through this. It's understandable. Stay vigilant.